Good morning, friends. After spending the majority of last week on our pantry makeover and coffee bar, I knew that this week I wanted to slow down a bit and try to relax. But also, I'm not great at sitting still. So naturally, my mind wandered to the ever-growing list of projects, both big and small, that I wanted to accomplish before the holidays. I went out to the garage and took stock of the scrap wood that I had left over and tried to figure out if the pieces I had left over would work for any of the smaller projects on my list. And as it turns out, I had almost everything that I needed for a small project that is going to add so much character and charm to our kitchen. The big makeovers are great, but sometimes they just aren't realistic in the moment in time that we're living in. So today, I want to show you how I made a big impact in our kitchen without the big makeover. Good morning, guys, and welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I am going to be taking a bunch of the scrap wood that I had left over from our pantry project last week, and I'm going to be using them to trim out our kitchen window. One of the things that I love the most about older homes is the character that they have, and a lot of times that character comes from the windows being trimmed out and pretty door casings. And I think that's one of the things that a lot of newer homes, unless you build custom, tend to really lack. They don't have any of the window trims. Door casings tend to be really simple, which is fine. But if you're looking to add character to a newer home to make it feel a little bit more charming, give it more of that old home feel, I think adding window trim to your windows is such a quick, easy, inexpensive way to do that. So in this case, what I'm going to do is I cut these pieces of plywood that I had left over from building the cabinet, and I'm going to use these strips on the inside of the window. I want the entire window to feel like it is encased in wood. I've seen some beautiful ones here on YouTube and on Pinterest, specifically from Drew at Lone Fox and Exo McKenna. And they have these beautiful stained wood casings on their kitchen windows. And I think that in a kitchen that is all white right now, adding that stained wood around the window is going to add such a nice layer of warmth into the space, especially until I figure out exactly what I want to do in here as far as color palette is concerned. I definitely wanted to bring in a little bit of warmth. So I have these 1x3s, and these are going to go on the outside of the window on either side. And then I'm going to build up the top with a 1x6 and some 1x2s. And then it's all going to get stained in the walnut color, the same color stain that I used on the countertop in the pantry. So it'll tie in nicely to that. And then when it comes to the windowsill, what I'm going to end up doing is I'm going to take this windowsill out and sand it down because I know that it's wood. I know that it's solid wood underneath the paint. And then this way I don't have to cut another piece for the windowsill because this one is in perfectly good shape. I just need to get the white paint off of it.
I want my freedom. I want to get away. Has been stunted because of the amount of torment his mind and that house. A lot of that was going on.
Oh, like, huh. Okay guys, so I've got the entire window framed out now. I filled in the holes, I sanded down where it needed to be sanded, and it looks so good. So I ran to the store and grabbed some fabric. This is the same fabric that I used in the pantry on the coffee bar, and I thought that will tie in nicely. So I'm gonna make a curtain that's gonna go across this lower half of the window, and they'll have the rings so that we can easily pull them open and close. It's gonna be so cute. But now I'm gonna move on to the staining process. And sort of like when it comes to priming before I paint, that's usually a step that I would skip. And just like that, wood conditioner is another step that I would generally skip when I was staining stuff. And when I did the countertop on the coffee bar, I went ahead and used the wood conditioner, and I was amazed at how much different the stain covered, how much more even it was throughout the entire countertop. So I've got plenty of it left. I'm gonna go ahead and brush that on first, and then I'm gonna go back over it with the wood stain in Espresso from Minwax. This is the same one that I used as well on the countertop in the coffee bar. So this is all gonna tie in really nicely to what I did in there last week. Okay guys, that's it for this week's video. I hope that you enjoyed it. I hope that it showed you that you don't have to do the big makeover to make a big impact in your home. The minute that I put up this window trim and stained it, this all white kitchen suddenly felt so much warmer, so much more cozy, and it got my wheels turning as to what other changes I can eventually make in this kitchen. Now, some of these probably won't happen until maybe even next year, but I love the idea of doing a stone backsplash. The white subway tile, I dreamed of that 10 years ago. So in this house, I want it to feel so much more warm and cozy. I don't want as much of the white farmhouse look. So I'm also thinking about color palette, going a little bit richer on the cabinets. So this window trim was such a great start. And sometimes that's all you need is one small project that you can tackle that will inspire you and set the stage for everything else to come. So I hope you guys have a great weekend, and I will see you in next week's video. Bye now.